Peanut butter and chocolate, two timeless flavors that were destined for each other. And when it comes to this duo, Reese's didn't just get it right, they've made it legendary. When H.B. Reese introduced his penny cup in 1928, he couldn't have foreseen it becoming Hershey's top-selling product, spawning countless spin-offs like Reese's Pieces, PB&J, Popcorn, Big Cup, Take 5, and many more. Today, Reese's is everywhere. From lunchboxes to blockbuster movie nights, it's a true icon of the candy world. But how do these sweet and nutty cups come together? Join us as we take you inside the Reese's factory, where that classic combination is brought to life, one perfectly portioned cup at a time. From what began as a modest basement operation in 1928, now fly off production lines by the millions every day, inside Hershey's giant chocolate factory in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They share floor space with legendary treats like the classic Hershey bar, those famous foil-wrapped kisses, and their other beloved sweets. H.B. Reese's humble penny cup now fuels a mind-boggling $3 billion annual business, and it's all powered by these little crunchy legumes. They kick things off where you'd expect, with a whole lot of peanut butter. And to get that one-of-a-kind Reese's flavor just right, they go the extra mile to make their own tailored blend in-house from scratch. It will be used for most of their candies like Reese's Pieces and Cups, and they even make a spreadable version you can buy in jars at stores. Every week, the factory receives super sacks of runner peanuts from the southeastern U.S. states. Each of these massive bags weighs up to 2,500 pounds and contains more than 2 million peanuts. Production begins when special forklifts unload and lift the super sacks over a giant hopper before a worker opens the bottom of the bag. The peanuts then pour down through a funnel in a nutty avalanche that leads onto a ridged conveyor where they're taken to a quick cleaning station. Cleaning is achieved through this de-stoner, a vibrating platform that shakes off any bits of rock, shell, or debris that may have come along for the ride. Then buckets on the conveyor transport the cleaned peanuts into this giant tunnel roaster, where they travel through dry heat for 35 minutes at 289 degrees Fahrenheit. But did you know Reese's purposely over-roasts their peanuts just enough to bring out a bold, nutty flavor? The extra heat is what gives their peanut butter its signature granular texture, and taste fans can't get enough of. And funnily enough, this technique was first discovered by accident, thanks to a faulty overheating roaster in H.B. Reese's original factory. What could have been a ruined batch turned out to be their unmistakable flavor breakthrough they still use to this day. After slight over-roasting, about 19,000 peanuts an hour fall out of the oven. They're golden, sizzling, and headed straight for blanching. Inside the blancher, the nuts ride along a vibrating conveyor belt with a very rough surface. As they jump forward, the friction helps loosen their papery skins, which are then whisked away by jets of air. With their skins out of the way, the nuts travel along the belt that eventually drops them into this industrial-sized grinder. As the peanuts fall into the grinder, two massive steel plates spin just millimeters apart, crushing the nuts into rich, warm butter. The butter is then pumped through a maze of pipes and into the mixing zone. That's where salt, sugar, and a bit of hydrogenated oil gets added in. The oil keeps everything stable, so you don't end up with a pool of peanut oil in your Reese's cups. Once it's all in, the mix is churned until it's smooth, spreadable, and ready for devouring. When the peanut butter is good to go, part of it is sent over to bottling for the spreadable jars you can buy in stores. But the rest is reserved for Reese's stash, where it's funneled into these giant barrels and tucked away down in the factory's lower level for storage. We're talking serious volume here. Each barrel could probably keep a sandwich lover happy for the next 10 years. When it's time to prep the peanut butter for Reese's cups, though, the barrels get wheeled under this giant vacuum-style machine. The device slurps up the peanut butter, then sends it through a large tube straight into this nearby mixer. Once the mixer is filled, the paddles start turning, churning the peanut butter slurry into a thick, smooth base. But since it's headed for Reese's cups, it needs a firmer bite and a touch more sweetness, so it pairs perfectly with that chocolate shell. To get that perfect balance, they toss in powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, and some emulsifiers to thicken up the texture. Then comes a boost of cellulose dextrose, the secret weapon that enhances the roasted, peanutty taste. While the peanut butter filling is getting whipped into shape, the chocolate shell is coming together on the other side of the factory. You might be guessing it's the same chocolate used in the Hershey bars, and you'd be close. But for Reese's, the formula gets a little twist. In summary, fresh cocoa beans are ground into chocolate liquor. Then it's mixed with sugar, cocoa butter, milk, and powdered lactose to create a chocolate powder the Hershey factory calls the Creme. Think of it like chocolate-flavored wet sand. That crumb heads into a refining machine, where it's milled down into a super fine dry powder. The powder is then sent to a conch machine that mixes it and turns it back into liquid chocolate, while emulsifiers like lecithin and PGPR are also added. Lastly, the liquid chocolate goes through a process called tempering, where it will be cooled and reheated several times to create a smooth and creamy texture. While the chocolate's getting its glossy finish and the peanut butter's thickening up, there's one more piece getting prepped: their future home. Paper liners are dropped into circular slotted trays on the conveyor, ready to catch that perfect pairing. The machine does a solid job, but it's not perfect. So workers stand alongside the conveyor checking for any paper liners that land sideways or double up in a tray. It's all about keeping things lined up and ready for the sweet stuff. Fresh from tempering, the liquid chocolate is poured into a towering dispensing machine perched above the line. As the paper line trays glide underneath, overhead nozzles drop in perfect shots of chocolate, building the base layer of every Reese's cup. And twin rows of jets work every other row, doubling the pace. Next, the chocolate gets hit with a quick blast of air from above, spreading it evenly across the bottom and up the sides. At the same time, the conveyor gives a gentle shake to help the chocolate settle just right. Now, the star of the show makes its grand entrance. From the floor above, the peanut butter filling gets funneled down via gravity into the top of this extruder machine below. Inside the extruder, the machine pushes the filling out through circular tubes, then sharp blades slice off perfectly round peanut butter portions called plugs, allowing each one to land in the center of the chocolate-lined cups passing below. Then the cups glide down the vibrating conveyor, giving each peanut butter plug a gentle shake so it nestles evenly into its new chocolatey home. With one last pour, the top layer of chocolate is dropped in, capping off each cup as it moves beneath the depositor. Another blast of air smooths it all out, giving the top layer a picture-perfect finish with no bumps or swirls, just chocolate perfection. And just like that, the iconic Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is born, ready to ease the cravings of peanut butter junkies everywhere. But before anyone takes a bite, there's still a few more finishing touches before these treats hit the shelves. The freshly topped and still warm cups head into this 35-foot-long cooling tunnel. While inside, the cups will spend 35 minutes at 55 degrees Fahrenheit, locking in that signature snap and creamy bite. Once the chocolate has set, the trays of peanut butter cups come out of the cooling tunnel and are sent through this demolder machine. A series of robotic claws then grab the individual cups and place them onto another conveyor. As As the cups move along, they enter this rotating machine that separates them into pairs. Because, let's be honest, one Reese's cup just doesn't cut it. Now, the freshly paired cups get heat-sealed inside their unmistakable orange wrapper that officially makes them snack-ready, with this machine cranking out around 800 pairs per minute. Then it's into boxes, onto refrigerated trucks, and sent off to satisfy peanut butter and chocolate cravers all across the country. With their delectable combination, it's no wonder why Reese's Cups have a cult following. Today, the Reese's universe is packed with numerous options, from pretzels to cookies and everything in between. What's your go-to Reese's? Let everyone know in the comments. Thanks for watching Made Vision. We'll see you next time.